Number 2015-1900, alteration of speed limit on Frontage Road.
This particular resolution, Council, is the result of the desire to look at the speed limit on Frontage Road, and in light of regulations that were set by staff and came through Council earlier this year regarding the alteration of speed limits either up or down within the street network within Pacific. The Transpo group was hired to conduct an engineering traffic and speed analysis on the roadway. And through their efforts of looking at the speeds that were captured, the data that was captured shows that the 85th percentile of drivers, which is that sweet spot where people feel comfortable driving independent of what the speed limit is posted on the roadway. So that 85th percentile showed a speed limit of 33 miles per hour is currently being driven on that roadway. Given the other considerations on the frontage road with the parking, pedestrian traffic, sight lines, driveways, the group also recommended through that analysis and those other factors that the speed limit be set at 30 miles per hour. And that is the recommendation that is before you tonight to consider, that the speed limit be adopted at 30 miles per hour for the frontage road.
Questions? What's the council's pleasure?
Move to approve 2015-1900.
Second.
Okay, Councilmember Jones.
We obviously, when we, with good intention, reduced it to 25 time, to our clarity that we were out of violation with the state code. So we pulled together and had our study, and the recommendation from that study is 30 miles an hour. I find no point to contradict a study establishment of the 30 miles per hour. It is a sweet spot between what we have and what we had. So that's my recommendation.
Thank you. Councilmember Putnam.
I think the study has some weaknesses in that it assumes there's little pedestrian traffic because there are no sidewalks, where actually that simply means that the pedestrian traffic is out in the street. But be that as it may, it is following the guidelines established by FHWA that are cited by state code, so it is the definitive study for that speed limit. I would hope that our further refinements on striping and curb markings and such improve the sight lines so that it is safer at that speed than it is today.
Thank you. Comments from the audience? Seeing none, further comments from council. Councilmember Case.
Yeah, the study also says that a speed limit of 35 would be just fine, which is what the road was originally built to, and I see no reason not to put it back to what it was. We probably still have the old signs that we took down to put back up, so it wouldn't cost us any money. So I'd like to see it just go back to what it was.
Is that an amendment to the ordinance?
Well, I'll make it a friendly amendment to go back to the speed limit that it already was.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Would you like to speak further to that, Councilmember Case?
I think there are things that we can do to improve the sight lines and the congestion on parking, making sure that we got clear sight and visibility on the exit ways from the businesses. I think we can still do more to educate the businesses to utilize the parking that they have available for their employees. And the truth is there's not a significant increase in accidents that we're concerned about. So I don't see personally the need to lower it to 30 from what it was originally designed to be and what it was.
Councilmember Walker.
I agree. We also, when we set that speed limit down to 25, it was set just for the purpose of when West Valley was closed. The conversation was had at the time to bring it back. The intent was to bring it back to 35 when that road reopened, and it never happened. So I've kind of maintained all along that I think 35 is right for that road. I like the idea of additional striping. I think it would be a good idea to put watch for pedestrians, since there is a lot of pedestrians and traffic crossing the street. But other than that, I think 35 is appropriate.
Comments from the audience? Okay. Following the rules. Additional comments from council. Councilmember Garberty.
Well, I'll be in favor for it as long as we follow through and we do those things like the striping and the talking with the business owners and getting all that taken care of. I don't want the ball dropped.
Councilmember Putnam.
In the speed study, page 6, you'll note there's 5 criteria established by ATE and FHWA for evaluation of speed limits. And while it's true that 3 of the 5 support either 30 or 35, 2 of the 5 support 30 but not 35. So it is within reasonable judgment to go either direction, but the engineering preference would be for 30. And I tend to trust engineers to know what they're talking about on traffic safety measurements.
Councilmember Jones.
I'd like to stick with the 30 mile an hour, only in consideration that's what the study proposed, as well as the fact that I understand that the city is looking at doing some improvements to the striping and markings of egress and regress out of the businesses, and maintaining that 30 while the city's involved in that improvement, and we can relook at increasing it to 35 as site clearances in those areas are established and clear. This has always come back and modified, but that's my opposition to 35.
And to your comment, Councilmember Jones, I did have a conversation with Lance after our meeting last week and asked if we posted it at 30 miles an hour, made the improvements, would we have to do another traffic study to raise it to 35? And his answer was no, that we can just do that. So I would highly recommend we go with staff recommendation that 30 makes the improvement and then revisit it. Further comments from council? Councilmember Putnam.
On the question of reusing the old signs, I don't know if we have them in stock, but I suspect they don't meet current sign standards since the reflectivity requirements for signs have been increased since the previous signs were installed.
That's a whole issue I haven't brought up with the committee yet.
Councilmember Garberty.
Okay, let's say we put it at 30 miles an hour and you go by your signs that are up to standard. So if it gets raised to 35 miles an hour, do we just have to buy a 5 to stick it over there? Or do we have to buy a whole new sign?
The short answer is we'd have to get new signs, just because of the way the vinyl is on the signs today. FHWA, Federal Highway Administration, has a retroreflectivity requirement that the signs must meet.
Right.
And so if you tried to...
You can't just buy a 5 and...
You can't just slap it on there without impacting that reflectivity on the sign.
Okay, well, it was worth a shot. So that'd be another $300.
But we could reuse the 30 miles.
Yeah, if we get 30s that meet the current standards, we have other 30s in town that are supposed to be replaced, but they don't. So.
And now we're looking at a win-win.
Think that happens.
Make it feel better.
Okay. Any further comment, Councilmember Putnam?
Before going to the expense of any additional study on it, can we put, after we set it to 30 or 35 and do our improvements out there, as I recall, our message board sign is equipped to do speed surveys. It has radar built in. Can we just park it out there for a while and take our own speed survey just to see whether the improvements have in fact made the speed conform to the marked speed?
If I'm understanding, after the signs have been adjusted, the speed limit's been adjusted? Yes, yeah, we can certainly do that.
That's a good point, Councilmember Putnam, because as it is now, people were driving on the average 8 miles per hour over the posted speed limit.
So are they going to do 40?
No, 38. They're going to go 38.
Those observations. Okay, further comments? Okay, so, on the amendment of changing the speed limit from 30 to 35, All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Roll call of council, please.
Councilmember Olivera?
Yes.
Councilmember Putnam?
No.
Councilmember Steiger?
No.
Councilmember Walker?
Yes.
Councilmember Garberding?
No.
Councilmember Jones?
No.
Councilmember Case?
Yes.
Motion failed.
That motion fails. So now we are back to the original ordinance, the alteration of speed limit on Frontage Road at 30 miles an hour. Any further comments from council? Just to be safe, any further comments from the audience? Come on up.
Just a thought, Todd Thompson, 416 Second Avenue. If the study's been made and they recommend as high as 35, what if the city tables this, does their improvements, gets the parking off the street, then go 35, you only have to make signs one time? Thank you.
Thank you. Any further comments from the audience? Further comments from council? Roll call of council, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just a quick comment on
Councilmember Jones.
our inability, the city's inability to force off-street parking for employees or customers in relationship to the business along Frontage Road. That is not within our means of enforcement.
Thank you. Further comments? Roll call of council.
Councilmember Case?
Aye.
Councilmember Olivera?
Aye.
Councilmember Putnam?
Aye.
Councilmember Steiger?
Aye.
Councilmember Walker?
Aye.
Councilmember Garberding?
Aye.
Councilmember Jones?
Aye.